I'm Meg Tucker from Cook with Meg, and today we are in the kitchen making Hello Holiday cookies. These are, let me back up, they were the most special recipe growing up in my family. As a kid, at Christmas, over the holiday time, we would make Hello Dolly squares. Maybe you remember or know them as magic cookie bars, but we're taking a spin and we're putting these into cookie form. So this is my recipe. I always have my recipe handy at Cook with Meg, so have yours. We'll have our tools, everything handy. Are you ready to make some cookies with me? I'm so excited. All right, oven preheating to 325. And the next direction for the recipe could not be more fun. It literally says add all of the ingredients to a large bowl. So let's do it. Let's begin. We're gonna start with graham cracker crumbs. For this recipe, we need 1 3/4 cup. Graham cracker crumbs you can buy already in crumb form. If yours happens to be graham crackers, that's totally okay. You can use that as well. You'll just need to put them through a food processor. Sometimes you could put them in a bag and get them nice and crunchy and pureed, but that's pretty much almost at a flour consistency. So we wanna make sure that we are really pulverizing those graham cracker crumbs. Now you will notice, if you've watched any of my videos before, I put ingredients behind me, away from my work surface, because that is my way of telling myself I've already used it. So there we go, graham crackers in the bowl, 1 3/4 cups. To that, we are going to add a 1/4 cup of melted butter. And I actually wanna just make sure that I get every last bit of that golden deliciousness. You could use coconut oil for this if you were a non-dairy fan. You could also use margarine for this, but we want it melty and gushy, salted or unsalted. It totally all works. So there we have graham cracker crumbs, 1/4 cup of butter. The next ingredient, it honestly might be my favorite ever. It's 1 can of sweetened condensed milk. This is ooey gooey and super sticky. And the cool thing about this recipe, normally when you make a Hello Dolly or a magic cookie bar, you're layering it into a baking dish that you've greased, or maybe you've put parchment paper. This is cookies. Man, we're going Cookieville. So we literally just need to get everything out of the can, out of the packaging, down into a bowl. We're gonna stir it all together and it is going to become cookie dough that we will bake. Couldn't be easier. Sweetened condensed milk, so good. It's like evaporated milk that literally has had all of the water, almost all of the water taken out, and a ton of sugar put back in. So it's thick and it's sticky, and I have a clean finger, so I'm gonna just take a little teeny tiny taste. That's what you get to do when you're the cook. Whoa, so sweet, so delicious. Creamy, creamy, delish. All right, so graham cracker crumbs in, 1/4 cup of butter in, sweetened condensed milk in. Oh, by the way, they come in a standard size. In Canada, 300 ml is usually what you'll see. So you don't have to worry about what size. It's usually just in the one size. Now we need to add the crunchy, sweet, flaky texture. So we're going to add 1 1/2 cups of chocolate chips. It can be any kind. I have semi-sweet. Actually, let me rephrase it. If you have semi-sweet, go ahead and use that, because milk chocolate is actually really, really, really sweet. Semi-sweet has a little bit of, well, semi-sweet. It's almost like a dark chocolate. And we definitely want to cut through a little bit of the super richness that we're getting from that sweetened condensed milk. So I use 1 1/2 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips. Then we need 2 cups of coconut. Love coconut. Shredded coconut. This is where I usually make a mess, but that's okay. I'm totally making a mess. We can clean as we go. At Cook with Meg, we clean as we go. There's one. Sometimes the coconut wants to stick together and go all over the counter. Again, we're holiday baking. I'm okay with that. We can clean this up. That's the fun part about cooking. So there are my 2 cups of coconut. I have a clean counter so that can add itself in. And then we're going to go ahead and we're gonna add a 1/2 cup of pecans. Now the pecans that I got were pieces. If you have whole pecans, you may wanna break them up ever so slightly. Can I tell you? That's it. That is literally all we have to do. So now we're going to mix to combine. Again, if growing up you made Hello Dolly squares or magic cookie bars, you are like, what are we doing? Normally it just gets layered and they go into the oven, but remember, we're making cookie dough. So you definitely want to get the milk, the sweetened condensed milk, and the melted butter to soak into all of your ingredients. We want the graham crackers to get moisturized from that sweetened condensed milk. No flour in here. I mean, well, technically, yes, there would be flour in the graham cracker crumb itself. But you really just want to kind of toss this, fold it on into each other, kind of do a this motion. I love a good silicone spatula in the kitchen. If you don't have one, if you can pick one up, just even at the dollar store, they are so handy. And we just want everything to get a little bit wet. Not sopping wet, and you'll see you kind of have to use a little bit of muscle here to get everything worked together. I would say go in with your hands, but your hands will be pretty sticky. So we're good. We are good. We've smushed it all together. Everything is actually pretty sticky. And you know what? If I did show you, this is how cool this is. You can pull it together and it will kind of stick together, which is the goal. When I first made these, I was a little bit unsure as to would it just fall apart? How would we make the mixture stick together? But it works. All right, I have a baking sheet, and my other best friend in the kitchen is parchment paper. If you can grab some parchment paper, it makes all the difference in the world when you're baking. Number one, it actually helps to promote even browning and a nice golden color. I have my measuring scoop, which is an ice cream scoop. I like to use it because it perfectly portions out your cookies. And again, I'm going a big cookie. You can do much smaller if you wish. There's my oven telling me it is ready to go. Okay, that's so good. Literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ingredients. That's it. So we're going to scoop, and they do spread a little bit, so definitely give your cookies room on the baking sheet. I'm gonna probably do 6 at a time. This dough would set up beautifully in the fridge, so maybe you don't want to necessarily do all the baking today. You could just do 1 tray, pop the mixture into the fridge, and it will stay in the fridge and hang out like for a day or so. I wouldn't leave it in much longer. Now you can see what I'm doing is just sort of going over each cookie and sort of making the mound a little less of a hill. I'm not pressing it down much, but I'm just sort of giving one little press to the top dome part. Space them out. They're gonna bake in a 325-degree oven between 14 and 18 minutes. Did I lose you? I stepped away to wash my hands. So yeah, 325-degree oven, 14 to 18 minutes. They're going to spread out a little bit. They do need to sit on the cookie sheet to officially cool. So don't dig in right away. I'll meet you back here when these are all baked and looking amazing. See you in a few. Welcome back. Look what I have. I am so excited. These just came out of the oven. Oh, I wish you could smell these. In fact, well, I hope you are making them with me right now. They are absolutely perfection. It's a cookie. It literally turned into a cookie, and they're golden. We want to let them cool on the baking sheet, but take a look. These are hot, but it's worth it to pick up. All right, let's break a little piece off. Oh, this is unbelievable. Like this is pure childhood for me. The fact that, my mouth is watering, the fact that we can now make these into cookies. Here goes. It's hot. Wow. Okay. Maybe my bite was too big. Amazing. Crunchy. You get the nutty from the pecan. You get the real texture from the coconut. A pop of super sweet from the semi-sweet chocolate. You definitely want to use just regular semi-sweet because the milk would make it too sweet. You've got that sweetened condensed milk, which is pulling everything together, making it super sticky. These are unbelievable. They're buttery, they're rich. They're perfect. They are perfect. I hope you enjoyed making your Hello Holiday cookies. Let them cool fully, package them up, gift them, share them, enjoy them. From my kitchen to yours, I hope you have a wonderful holiday, whatever time of year you make these cookies. And remember, we are awesome. For more with me, cookwithmeg.com. And until next time, we'll see you in the kitchen. Bye, everyone. Cheers. So good.